Good morning, everybody. Coach Armando Powerhouse Torres here. This morning, it's a beautiful day in Miami. We finally see some sun and some clear blue skies, which is the reason why I moved back home. And I'm very excited to be here. And folks, we got some incredible things going on in the network. And today, I'm particularly going to be training on network marketing or building your team. And this is an important task, guys. I want to make sure that everybody understands. If you're a realtor in our organization, you have the ability to be a team builder if you want to. If you are obviously a networker, you're building a team. If you're a broker, you can build a team. If you're a secretary, you can build a team. If you're the janitor, you can build a team. Everybody within the network has the ability to build a team. That's one of the unique features that we have versus everybody else. Last night, I was reading, actually it was this morning, an article that was written by our attorney, Kevin Thompson, and it was 33 things you should consider before opening a network marketing company, or 33 reasons why you should not open a network marketing company. And as I was reading it, I was like, man, we are definitely on track, because everything on that list, I mean, we're pretty much secure for our future and what we're doing. It's pretty cool to have kind of like bounced off of an industry authority, right? He's an authority industry. So very excited about that, to know that we're on track and everything that we've built, because guys, some of you guys are joining us now thinking that we just opened our doors, and we did just open our doors, but we've been working on this whole plan since about March of last year, and really polishing up. When I tell you guys, and most of you guys know me who are on the line, those of you guys who are not, who are new to the call, welcome to the call. But the guys who knows me know that, I don't put in a 4-hour work day and go home, right? I work on things 24 hours a day. So really the past, 7 months, 8 months, 9 months that we've been working on this really has been like what normal people would probably put in 2 or 3 years in working to build a network and to build out a business. So just to get you guys on this understanding that we're on track, guys, and we got this going. So today I'm going to unveil something interesting. I'm going to say this a few times throughout the day, and I'm going to go scripture with you guys. I believe everybody on the call doesn't have a problem with that, and if you do, just use it as an authority. But guys, I want you guys to write this down. Psalms 133. Behold, how good and how pleasant it is for brethren to dwell together in unity. I'll repeat that. Psalms 133. And if you guys have a Bible, just pull it out, or I think it's in the Torah. Correct me if I'm wrong. I believe it's Old Testament, right? So it's there. Behold, how good and how pleasant it is for brethren to dwell together in unity. And as this came to me yesterday, and I was thinking about it, sometimes I go back to Scripture, right? Because that's ultimately that's the ultimate instruction book, an instruction manual, right? It hit me. The whole network concept, the whole team building concept is designed and developed to work as a team in unity, together, right? Now, a lot of times, because of our backgrounds in corporate America or wherever we've done in our life, we are put in the position where, like, okay, well, I'm a realtor. This is my job, right? Or I'm a networker. I'm a team builder. This is my job. This is my job. And everybody has this thing of this is my job. Well, the theme of this week, if you guys haven't caught on, right, is be an independent business owner. When you're an independent business owner, when you're the CEO of your business, you're changing hats all the time, and understand that everything is your job. Right? Everything is your job. There is no that. If you came to the table here and, oh, this is not my job, and it's the wrong place. But the beautiful thing is that everybody that we've attracted in the network, man, you guys are so fired up, just like myself, to just put in the work. And if we have to write manuals, if we have to write scripts, if we have to write game plans, whatever we got to do, we got to make calls, whatever we got to do, everybody's willing to do, and that's what it takes when we work together in unity. Today we're going to talk about the ultimate team building, right? Ultimate team building program, because that's what it's about. Now, I heard someplace, and I haven't really been able to get it the verbatim, but I'm going to share with you guys what I remember from it. it says you get paid in direct correlation to the value that you bring to the marketplace. Now, is that profound? Mm-hmm. You get paid in direct correlation to the value that you bring to the marketplace. And if you ever got in trouble and you talk to a criminal lawyer, right, you see these guys are like, well, just to sit down with me is going to cost you $10,000, right? And there's going to be, $1,000. But guess what? He's providing your freedom. If you talk to somebody who's just selling ice cream, they make 25 cents per unit or whatever, or 50 cents per unit. There's a direct correlation there, right? Now watch this. As I was thinking about this yesterday and really honing this in, I thought about the top, and friends of mine, and some of you guys on the line, top income earners in this industry. What makes them top income earners is that the value that they bring to their team. The value that they bring to their team. So if you want to make more money, provide more value. Then I thought about what we've talked about for the past few months. There's a thing called transactional income, and I'm not sure if I coined the phrase or if that's something that's been out there. I'm not sure, but I've been using this for a while and share this in different markets and in different industries. There's a transactional income, and most people are raised in life through the industrial system that we have in America, right? To live off transactional income, and it starts. If you look at Robert Kiyosaki's cash flow quadrant, Robert Kiyosaki's cash flow quadrant, right? The first cash flow is employee mindset. The employee is raised from school to wholesale their life, their time, for their boss to retail it, right? There's a transaction there. You wholesale your time, your boss retails your time, and at the end of the week, he gives you a check for your time. There's a transaction that happens there. That's what an employee does. Some people get wise to the gig and say, you know what, I'm not going to be an employee no more. I want something a little bit better. I want to do bigger, right? They become self-employed. And in most cases, you could become a realtor, you become an accountant or tax preparer or whatever, lawyer, doctors, different professions, right? Network marketer. And at that time, there's still a transaction. At the beginning of your network marketing career, there's still a transaction happening, right? You sell, in this case, a coaching program, $99 a month. You're selling a widgets, lotions, whatever, right? There's a transaction happening. So you sell something and you get paid for that. You sell a product or service and you get paid for it. Still transactional income. Guys, I'm going a little bit basic today because I see there's a few people that are new on the line, and I just want to make sure that we get the foundation down packed solid, right? So here's the step. The next step is when your product or service is purchased in a manner that creates a habit or it creates a recurring transactional program, right? And then you have what's called residual income. Right? Residual income. You buy a house, you rent a house every month, there's a residual coming in, right? There's a recurring transaction happening every single month. There's a residual income. And that's the third quadrant of Kiyosaki. He talks about, creating systems so that transactions are happening with or without you, right? With or without you. So when transactions happen with or without you, you create that residual income. You brought in 4 people into the team. Those people brought in 4 people who brought in 4 people who brought in 10 people. All of a sudden, you walk into the sunset, and that income still comes every single month. Residual income. What I'm going to introduce to you guys today is a hybrid. It's a blend, but it's something that is going to separate us from the rest of the industry. Leveraged transactional income. Leveraged transactional income. This was the missing piece. This was the missing piece. This is the piece that's really going to blow us apart. Everything that we just talked about, and going back to, and I want to repeat Psalms 133, behold how good and how pleasant it is for brethren to dwell together in unity. Together in unity. So here is where the together in unity part and how the good and the pleasant part all combines and gets mixed in here, right? Ready to watch this. So we've talked about the network marketers. You guys are going to go out there and build a team. You're going to motivate your team. You're going to bring your team. You're going to educate your team. Plug them in to do everything necessary to keep that team going. Then we have people who are going to be realtors who have really no interest in building a team. They like waking up in the morning, going out for the hunt, finding a client, selling the house, stuff like that. Today, we're going to focus on the network marketer team builder, the independent business owner. And again, for the purposes of just nauseam repetition, I'm going to tell you, independent business owner. Everybody in our organization is an independent business owner. You don't work for me. You don't work for any of your RVPs or your area directors. You don't work for anybody here. You work for yourself. We're here to support you and your business. Now, as you build your team, and why do you want to build a team? Because the team is going to create that residual income. Right now, there's a transaction involved. You have to work to build that team. That's the missing piece that most network marketing companies don't talk about. You go to these meetings on Tuesday night, Thursday night, oh, look at this guy making $50,000 a month. Ah, look at this guy making $40,000 a month. But they don't tell you that guy or that girl spent the past 8 years of her life or his life humping it every single day to get there. They built a team, now they live the dream. There's a transactional part of this program that it's not talked about. I'm going to talk about it today because it's important that we not only understand it, we embrace it. So we got to build a team. So what do we do to build a team? We have the leads in the different markets to talk to the realtors, right? That's right now our goal, our core goal is to build a team of realtors. You want to build a team of realtors. What is your goal? It depends on your income goals. How many people should you have on your team? It depends on how much money you want to make. For the purpose of illustration, because I'm not that good at math, wink, 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 right? I'm going to say 10 people in your team, right? Let's say 10 people you got on your team. You build a team of 10 people. This is what I want you guys to understand. And those of you guys who started making the calls and the leads to your realtor leads, you've heard this a lot. Well, do you guys provide leads? Do you guys provide leads? And what they're talking about is, do we give them buyers, renters, and sellers, right? Today, I'm going to answer that question with an affirmative yes. And I'm going to teach you exactly what I mean by that. Now, in the mindset of you want to build a team and you want to provide value to your team, so watch this. Why not? Why not bring in you as an independent business owner for your team real estate leads? The answer in most cases is because you don't know how to, right? You don't know how to generate real estate leads. But watch this. If you were a business owner, really understood and embraced it, and you wanted to stay home with your baby, or you wanted to go, to the beach and fish 2 times a week, or you wanted to do things, spend time with your grandkids or spend time with your kids or whatever you want to do, you don't want to be tied to an office. Watch this. We're going to build a team. Again, we're going to use the number 10. And that team, we're going to help them, empower them to be the best that they can independently, for them to embrace the idea of being an independent business owner and be responsible for building their own portfolio, their own book of business. But in addition to that, we here, I'm going to teach you in a second how to do it, are going to generate renter leads and buyer leads. Also, for those of you guys who want to advance and go to the next level, seller leads. Now, there are some game rules that we have to talk about. So before we go into this, I want you to not break any laws, right? I don't look good in orange, and I don't think anybody here looks good in orange, right? Let's avoid going to jail, right? So here's the first thing. First step. You are not, if you do not have a board, if you're not paying a member of the board of realtors, you are not a realtor, okay? So if somebody calls you and asks you, are you a realtor? No. The answer is no, okay? If you are a realtor, then the answer is yes, right? My recommendation, and I've said this from day one, is for everybody to get their real estate license in your prospective state, okay? If you live in New Jersey, you should have a New Jersey real estate license. If you live in South Carolina, you should have a South Carolina license. If you are in South Dakota, you should have a South Dakota license, right? Everybody should have a real estate license because it'll maximize your income opportunity here. I'm going to do this training today on the basis that you do not have a real estate license. But you want to build a team. And here's what we're going to do. We're going to identify a particular region. It could be a city, a state, or it could be, I would recommend a zip code, all right? I like working with zip codes. Identify a particular zip code that you have interest and familiarity with, more importantly, a reciprocal relationship with the community. In other words, if you're a golfer, pick a golf community. But if you've never played golf in your life, you don't know, you don't know what a 9-iron is, don't pick a golf course community, right? just to give you an example, right? If you're a fisherman and you're like an avid fisherman, you got a boat, you know the ins and outs of boating, and you want to pick a boating community, pick a boating community. If you've never been boating and you have no idea what an inboard or outboard is, then don't even worry about that community. Pick a community that you feel comfortable with. And this is where you check your ego at the door. Everybody wants to work the $1 million listings. It takes a lot of money and a lot of craziness to work the $1 million listings. If you can do it, go for it. More power to you. But if you're not comfortable in that arena, then don't work in that arena. Work in an arena where you feel comfortable with. Give me a second. Got to cross off my notes because I'm continuing. I don't want to go into circles today. All right. So watch this. So you pick a zip code. And I'm going to share my screen here to show you guys exactly what I'm talking about. You're going to pick a zip code. And then you're going to watch this. So we do not have to worry about licensing laws. We're going to use public information. And we're going to get that off of Zillow, Trulia, Redfin, whatever site you feel comfortable with. So you're going to go to Zillow.com, for example. You see where it says buy, rent, or sell? Let's say rent here. I particularly I've been living in this community for a long time, 33186, right? It's a golf course community. Calusa it's pretty decent. It's in Kendall, right? That I feel comfortable in that community. I'm going to pick that zip code. And again, guys, I'm showing you Miami. It doesn't have to be Miami. You can do Manhattan. You can do the Bronx. You can do Columbia, South Carolina, wherever you feel comfortable, wherever you're at. The beautiful thing about this is that you're doing this from home or from wherever you want to work at. Some of us are office people, right? We got to come to an office and just like feel better, get in that mood, right? But eventually, you can do this from home or from the beach or from your hotel in Cabo. It doesn't really matter. You can do this from anywhere. So here, you'll see there's a bunch of listings in this area on Zillow. Now, this is not unlicensed activity because you're not searching on the MLS if you're not licensed. Now, guys, if you are licensed, obviously you're going to use the MLS and you're going to give the courtesy to the listing agent that we have to do, right? But here, we go to this listing, let's say here, and just look through the properties, right? Let me see here. And find a price point, and you will know your communities, right? Find a price point where there's going to be movement. In this community, for example, a $2,400 a month property will probably move, right? So that's the first thing I'm going to do is find a price point. The second thing I'm going to look at is the pictures. Pictures are important in advertising, right? So we want to find the pictures. Can everybody see my screen? David or Trey, somebody, can you tell me if you can see? Can you guys see my screen here?
Yes, Armando.
Can you guys see? Yeah? Okay, great. So here, let's choose this property as an example, right? Now, I'm going to give you guys a little bit more than I'm going to probably go past the 12 o'clock because I got a few things to talk about today. If you got to jump off at 12, don't worry about it. We're recording this. But I'm going to treat you guys, in addition, I'm going to go into some nuts and bolts here, in particular with internet marketing. So with internet marketing, we're going to help you maximize your SEO. And again, this is not an internet marketing class, but in this module, I want to touch on that. Okay, we will have a full-blown class on internet marketing and SEO. Right now, search engine optimization. Right now, I'm just going to give you guys some tidbits so you guys can get operational today. So here, this property has a few pictures, right? It only has, okay, so it has more than four. So this is a perfect example of a property that we're going to do. So the first thing we're going to do is identify the area. The second thing we're going to do is you're going to open up another tab, and you're going to actually open up a Craigslist account, Craigslist.org. While that loads, I'll start downloading some pictures. So we're going to download some of these pictures, and you're going to open up, you're going to save as, you're going to right click, save as. And if you notice, I opened a folder called For Rent Miami. For Rent Miami. I opened a folder and I called it For Rent Miami, or For Rent 33, and then in that folder, I opened another folder called For Rent 33157. Guys, this is Google favorite thing to do, is to send out all these spiders and identify and kind of like rank you, based on the information that you're providing, right? So if you Google, for example, Armando Powerhouse Torres, which I recommend everybody does, Google Armando Powerhouse Torres, you'll see a lot of listings, a lot of stuff that I've put out there because I've optimized that SEO, right? Here, I'm going to teach you guys how to do that, the same thing for a particular area. I gave an example yesterday as I was teaching this. I said, it's kind of like getting a tattoo. Now, I don't have any tattoos, but I've seen a lot of them, and I appreciate the art form. If you get one needle and ink and you hit one time, it's not going to make a big mark. You're probably not ever going to be able to see it. However, if you hit the needle and you continually hit in this particular area, eventually something will be developed out of that, and you'll be able to see like whatever it is that you want to express, right? Whatever art form you want to express. This is the same thing here. One listing is not going to do anything for you. But when you get a zip code and you start hitting it, eventually you will own that market. Now watch this. So here, we're going to go ahead for rent. This is 33186. Create a new folder. Right? And in there, we're going to identify this property, 11706 Southwest 92nd Lane, right? And that was a living room picture. Okay? Now watch this. Later on, if you go in there and you pull, like at the end of today, go ahead and make a note for yourself to go to Google and search 11706 Southwest 97 Lane, and you're going to see this post going to be at the top of that search result, right? So that's one of the things that we'll teach you today. So we'll save that picture. We'll save the front picture. Now, if you're looking at the screen, you're seeing this. When you click on the older picture, the first set of lines, 11706 Southwest, it shows up there, right? So all you have to do here is change the name of the actual picture. So here,
Armando, I don't know if everybody else has the same problem, but your screen is now frozen. I don't see the changes you're making.
Oh, okay. Hold on a second.
Okay. Now
I was getting ready to say the same thing. It froze like 5 minutes ago. But yeah, now it's showing.
Now it's showing? Okay, good. All right. So this is the kitchen. So right click, save image. And again, if you click on the older picture, it's going to give you the first, this is called long tail tags, right? Long tail tags, but they're short tail tags. Long tail is when you have like a whole sentence, right? In this case, the whole sentence that we want to maximize for this particular exercise is 11706. So here, 11706, and here's going to be kitchen, right? And I would recommend that you do at least 5, 10, 8, 16 pictures, as many pictures as you can. For the purpose of this, hopefully everybody understood that, this part of the program, and then I'm going to go ahead and start posting this on the Craigslist, right? To give you guys an example. So now you're going to go to your Craigslist. You're going to open an account if you haven't done so already. Then once you have an account, you go to Post Classified, log in, housing offered. You guys still following me there? Kelly?
Yeah, I'm there.
All right, cool. And then here, real estate by broker. Nothing like live training, right? When you have technology in the way. All right, and yes, you're going to abide by this, right? Real estate posting 100% about a single specific currently available property, leads captured. You're not trying to do that. Relevant information. All right, abide by the rules. This one is in Miami-Dade County, 305 till I die. Got to represent. All right, and the best contact is by text, right? Here, you're going to put your phone number, right? You're going to put your contact information. The posting title. Now, this is where you're going to get creative and create your flavor. My thing is, I just want to make sure people know what I'm offering. So I'll put awesome 3-2. See, there's a 3-2 property, right? Or you could put immaculate home. If whatever it says here, I just go ahead and put awesome 3-2 in 33186 area, right? As an example. And then on the body, if you're doing a lot of them, like my recommendation is between 5 and 10 every other hour. So 5 or 10 postings. You wake up in the morning, first thing you do, you go to your computer, you put 5 or 10 up. Blah, blah, blah. Take a shower, get ready, go to work, or go into your home office, wherever it is that you're working out of. By the time that you get to the home office, boom, 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 throw in another 5 or 10. Then you do your team building calls, right? In that hour, team building calls, right? We have a script. I'm not going to go into that today, but we have a script that you can follow, or just call the leads and just get people to see their business opportunity and get them involved in the business. Tracy did a phenomenal job on Tuesday on the 5 core commitments, and I know we're going to do some good training on actual team building and recruiting. But use that time, that downtime to recruit. Then an hour later, you come back, you post 5 or 10. You go back to recruiting. And today, guys, I'm only talking to the network marketers, to our team builders, right? If you're a realtor, then obviously you're going to follow up on your business and you're going to go out and get real estate leads, right, or work on your real estate stuff. But this is for the team builders on creating this quickly here. All right. So here, I'm actually going to just, if I'm doing a lot of them at one time, and I think the maximum I've done in one day is 120 posts. On average, I'll do between 60 and 80. That's what our team does. Each person on the writing team. I just use the same body here, but I read through the body and make sure it doesn't say any information about the listing agent. Right here, call listing agent. I would just delete that. You guys still will follow me online? Are you
we
guys still
see
following
you.
me online? All right.
Yeah,
Cool.
we see you.
Yep, we're still here.
Now here where it says, I'm going to ask you guys to go down to the bottom because every one of these properties is going to have a courtesy of, right? It's going to be listed by a broker. I think in this case it's Carlos Escamilla. Yeah. So listing provided by, and it says the name of the broker, right? So what I do here is I give them the credit. So you go, right click, copy. And then I hit enter about 3 times because I want this to go all the way to the bottom. I don't want this to be part of the thing, but you definitely have to give the credit anyway. So I'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then I put courtesy of Realty World Executive Homes, right? As long as you do that, then you're compliant. If you're a realtor and you're following the code of conduct, which we're highly recommending everybody to do, we have to do that. If you're not a realtor, I still recommend you do that just to get into a habit of that, and more importantly, so that there is no question. If we do get like a letter from the department, or we do get a letter from the board of realtors, well, we're following the steps. That's one of those key rules that need to be done, right? So you never say that you are a realtor if you're not. And secondly, give credit to the realtor who listed the property. As long as you do that, we're golden, okay? Again, guys, if you have time and you want to elaborate, you can put in more information here, right? But I'm just going to read through it real quick. Home, near turnpike. All right. Owner will leave patio furniture and tenant's request. Pets not allowed. Okay. So here, at this point, if you are not a realtor and you're doing it in Florida, I recommend that you use our marketing company, which is going to be PSALMS, Psalms 133 Marketing. Your name and your phone number. Okay? Now, at this point, your job, what you're doing here is just marketing. You're just building a book of business. I'm going to take a pause a second because I want to give you guys a story so you guys could understand what I'm talking about. So I married a beautiful woman from Uruguay. In 1995, I went to visit her family, to meet her family. When I get there, the family comes out and hugs us and kisses and stuff, and we go to her uncle's house, right? By the way, the first time in my life that I was kissed by a man outside of like my dad. It's a normal cultural experience there to men kiss each other. So I was taken aback because as a Cuban male, we don't really, kiss each other and show affection. But anyways, that's a part, not really part of the story, but I got to share it with you guys. So we get to the uncle's house, and he has his car for sale, and it was like a 1957 Chevy something or other, right? And I said, how much do you want for the car? He says, I don't know. How much would you offer me? I said, I have no idea. Right, because I'm in another country. I have no really concept of the prices or anything or the value of currency. But so I was like, I have no idea. So he's like, no. And then my wife, my girlfriend, right, pulls me to the side and says, no, he always has the car for sale to see what kind of bites he gets. It's kind of quirky. He always has his car for sale to see what kind of bites he gets. Now, to this end, it makes a lot of sense. Because what was he doing? He was just getting leads, gathering leads. Maybe someday he does sell the car, and he'll call the people that have asked him for information. He was just gathering leads, gathering a book of business. Now, I say that story because it's important you understand. One of the values that you provide as an independent business owner to your team is that book of business, those leads. Historically, in the real estate profession, the broker, right, gets paid 30, 40, 50% of somebody's commission because they give them that lead. So I'm teaching you guys to do what brokers have done in this industry since Moses' time, like forever. That's the value that the broker brings. That's one of the values. There's other stuff like education, which we obviously offer through here, right? And you offer to your team by plugging them in to these webinars and to this training, right? But now I'm empowering you. Listen to this, guys. This is a very important and strong comment. I'm empowering you to be your own boss, to be your own independent business owner. You are now equivalent of what a broker would be. Obviously, if you have your real estate license, then we could talk about some commissions, and splitting and stuff like that. But if you don't have your real estate license, you could still give these leads to your team. Now they have a reason to join you and pay $99 a month because you're providing value to them. Then the rest of the stuff down here, you could just cut and paste, right? Here, you could just put unlicensed in this area here, unlicensed, and then you would put Psalms or whatever. Right, you can put there, and then the address here. I don't like to put the address. I don't particularly put the address. Obviously, here you put the footers, the da-da. And on the next step, you just put the images and so on and so forth. For the sake of time, that's pretty self-explanatory. Let me go back to finishing up the webinar. I don't put the address. No. If anything, just put the zip code. Okay? Now watch this, guys. When you give the leads to your team, this is my suggested breakdown. They are empowered to make 100% commission on the stuff that they bring in themselves. So if they go out there and they hunt it and they come in and skin it, they get to eat 100% of it. If we go out there and hunt it and we give it to them, we give them 50% commission. If you're licensed, you make 25% commission, and the house makes 25%. If you are not licensed, they get 50% commission, and the house gets 50% commission. My recommendation, get licensed quickly in any state. I don't care. You can get licensed. I believe the easiest one, and I have David Furl on the line. I'm asking him to jump out. I believe it's like South Dakota. You can get your license in South Dakota. As long as you're licensed, I don't care. I can pay you. David, can you confirm that information, bud? Is it South Dakota, North Dakota, Minnesota, something like that? Regardless of that commission portion of it, you now have another weapon in your arsenal to build your team. You have another weapon in your arsenal to build your team. Because now you have a book of business that you can offer your team. Now watch this. If you are licensed, or when you are licensed, you can do this anywhere we have a team. For example, you want to go on vacation to Hawaii, right? I like Hawaii. I want to spend 2-3 weeks on the beach in Hawaii, but I don't want to pay for that trip. I want the federal government to pay for that trip. I want it to be a tax write-off. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start advertising some properties in Hawaii. And even if I don't have a team, I'll give it to another team, to somebody else who's in our organization. Maybe Kelly Atkinson started building a team out in Hawaii. So and he, we could call one of Kelly's team members, send that deal to Hawaii, right? Now when I go to Hawaii, I have to have lunch with this person and kind of look at real estate. Obviously, if you land from a plane, you're looking at real estate. That whole time you're looking at real estate. That's a business trip. You just had Uncle Sam pay for your. Now, disclosure, please talk to your CPA or your accountant or your tax advisor in your particular jurisdiction. Make sure what I'm saying, I'm not a tax advisor. This is not intended to be tax advice, legal description, blah, 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 legal disclosure, right? You guys get what I'm saying, right? Let's say you're going to go visit somebody in New York. You got a family member, friend member. You get in contact, you start advertising this, you build your book of business of leads. You call Adam, hey, Adam, listen, man, I got, a lead that wants to, get a flat for $3,000 a month in the, Soho district or whatever. I don't even know what you can get for $3,000. Probably a tent on Madison Avenue, right? Or whatever. But now I want you guys to understand that you could think globally. Now you can really start building your business. Let's say, and this is a conversation I had with some people this morning that are in New York, freezing their tail off. How would you like to build a team in South Beach? How would you like to build a team in South Beach? I'll give you the leads of the realtors who are in South Beach. I have a whole list of these. I have 35,000 leads in Miami-Dade County, right? Wherever you want. Any zip code. By the way, guys, if you want the leads, just let me know. Send me a text message with your zip code or whatever zip code you want to get the leads in. Miami-Dade County and Orlando, we got it all pretty much under control there, right? I can get you leads for that area. Realtor leads. Now you start putting in, like Valerie's uncle, just putting in the ads to just get that book of business, to get those leads. And you fill out, you have a book with your leads. You want to have name, phone number, email address, what they're looking for, price point. Now you have a book of business that you can work with and you can build your business with. This is something, guys, that we can start today, like right now, right away. If you're doing this business, you should be doing both things: building your real estate inventory of clients and building your team. You should be focusing on getting your license somewhere. I don't care where. You could have an Alaska license. It doesn't matter to me. You just have to have a license if you want to get paid a little bit more commission. Regardless of the commission, you're still going to get paid by building your team and helping your team build their team. It's a win-win-win situation. Psalms 133. Behold, how good and how pleasant it is for brethren to dwell together in unity. This was Network Marketing 101 in the real estate. What we're doing here at the Powerhouse Real Estate Network. My name is Coach Armando Powerhouse Torres, and as normal and customary, I'm going to stop the recording now. We do our training Monday through Friday at 11:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we're at www.17kclub.com. Again, www.17kclub.com. I will stop the recording now as customary and go live to those who are here live and answer any questions, comments, or concerns. Guys, it was a plum, pleasing pleasure to be with you this morning. Have a great Powerhouse day. Those of you guys who are live, stand by.